The harbour in Everdale has seen some huge changes, and in today's video we're going to be jumping in to check them out.
Ain't no love like a real love, but it goes so fast, all tied up like
Alright, so as always we have the four main ships here in Everdale. They are of course Glimmering Dales, Highland Academy, Iceberg Isles, and Summery Woods. Now all of these have been edited and modified a little bit in that recent update, so I wanted to bring you guys this video just to talk a little bit about them and how the new harbour system works. So now what we have is trade relations. Now we did have this to an extent before, but they have almost came and upgraded it quite significantly. So previously we needed two key things in the game, and that was pretty much gold and the ability to upgrade and research. So we had two main ships that were able to do that, and those were of course Glimmering Dales and Highland Academy. So jumping in to take a little bit of a look at these ships, Glimmering Dale has seen quite a few significant changes, and we now have these paths for every single ship. And you can see as we scroll through, there are lots of different things that are really beneficial in this update. And the last thing is faster walking. So once you have completed all of the tree here on Glimmering Dales, if you're able to progress through to that last one, you'll see we have currently got 491 trade relation points. I'm going to call them, not sure if there's a specific name, out of 3,000. But once you hit that 3,000 mark for 24 hours, you will get a little bit of a boost. Now all of the ships now have something like this, but you have to go ahead and complete everything that comes before them. So it is going to take a little bit of a time to build up those relationships with each ship. So Glimmering Dales of course has two favorite items, and every ship now has favorite items. These are things you definitely want to stockpile because you will get bonus rewards for giving these to each ship.
Nice.
Now over here at Glimmering Dales, we of course have the berry pie and we have some apple jam. If you are able to give them, they are going to give you significantly more gold than some of the other tasks. Looking over towards Highland Academy now, you're going to see that they are preferring the stone statues as well as the trousers. You'll see once again as we scroll through this research tree, plenty of things that you guys are able to get, and it's honestly really beneficial to upgrade these as quickly as possible. If you're a newcomer into the game, you want to make sure you're completing both the Glimmering Dales and the Highland Academy boats up to 27,000, because getting these additional rewards, the extra 10% here, the extra 10% there, makes a massive difference. So once you've completed up to that 27,000 mark, you're going to have the ability to come in here and get a boost to your research.
Wow.
Now for the last two ships, we of course have the Iceberg Isles and we have Summery Woods. Now if you guys have not already, you do need to complete events for these. Sadly both of our event ships have now gone, but they will appear right here below the dye workshop. One of the boats will pull up there and the other one will pull up over on this shore right here. Once you've completed those events, there is lots of different things. You've got some tasks to complete. You also have to send your villagers on missions. So very much like this event here from Biggs the Builder, this or that, we're going to have a little bit of an intro there, then we're going to have to complete a set amount of tasks. On this one it just so happened to be 90, and on the last one it's just going to be these where we have to send our villagers for a set period of time. Those are going to be the kind of tasks that you guys are having to do on both of these ships, and that is going to give you the ability to get them here in the dock and start leveling them up. So over here at the Iceberg Isles, some of the favorite food we have is salted fish and sweet herring. So I would highly recommend you guys cook these up because it's going to give you the ability to get more iron ore as well as a little bit more gold. The first event here for Ready or Not with Francis the Librarian has 60 out of 60 iron ore tasks. Every single one of these 60 that we have completed took some significant iron ore. So it's really important that you guys do make sure you get that boat as quickly as you possibly can, because it really is going to benefit you when these other events come around. Talking about iron ore, that is one of the new key things in the game that has just been added in that previous update. We are seeing it all over the shop, and there's now multiple things we can access in our village through our study. The smelter, for example, is going to give us the ability to melt down that iron ore, and there's lots of other things that we can now use. So iron is going to be a key thing that you guys will need to get in the game as soon as you possibly can. So I would definitely recommend you guys complete that event task if you haven't already, because iron is definitely something you guys want in your inventory. Now, there has been some absolutely huge changes to the game as far as potions go. So jumping over here to our potion maker, if we jump in and take a look, one of the main potions that you guys, I'm sure, are familiar with is this right here, and that is the Researcher's Tonic. It is one of the key things in the game, and it's something that most players made the biggest effort to try and get because it's going to speed up your researcher in the study. Now, of course, like I said earlier in the video, completing all the things in your study is absolutely vital. You, of course, want those extra villagers, but you also want additional levels to some of your resources and stuff like that. But sadly, the Everdale team decided that they were going to make some pretty huge changes to the potion making system. Now, the Researcher's Tonic used to take 4 mandrakes, and now it takes 24. So of course they have balanced quite a lot of things in the game, and this is something that they put a lot of time and effort into, so I can only assume that with these changes they have buffed the ability to get potion ingredients. If you guys have not already been checking out your auto shop every single day for potion ingredients, I would highly recommend doing so, because they are going to give some pretty valuable resources that you guys can use to make potions to speed up your villagers' progress. For example, I'm going to be able to grab a couple of things here only for 24 planks, so for me that's a pretty good swap. I don't really need those planks, but I do desperately need those potion ingredients. But jumping over here to that final ship, that is of course Summery Woods. We're going to take a little bit more of an in-depth look at that. It is taking a couple of things here. We've got the dress and we've got the shirt, so we're going to jump in and you'll see again we want to complete that up to 15,000 on this one rather than 27,000, so slightly different on this. But what we really need is lots of potion ingredients. And you'll see if we push through here, we're going to have the ability to get extra tasks, and it's going to stay in the dock for slightly longer. And this is mega cool. The last thing that we are going to be able to get, like the boost from all of the other ships, is now a 24-hour boost to the dye workshop. Now, for you guys who don't know, the dye shop is still unbelievably unbalanced. It's really difficult to complete a lot of the tasks that require dye, and we are seeing here in our village it queued up like this all of the time, everyone always trying to make the absolute most of the dye. So I'm going to do the same. You always constantly have to make sure you're queuing up dye here, so it's massively important you guys do that. But at least the Everdale team has done something, if not everything, to try and at least increase the speed slightly every so often of the dye shop. So that does bring me to the end of this relatively short video, just covering all of the new things about the ships here in Everdale. If you guys have any more questions, make sure you let me know down in the comments below. Always happy to answer those if you guys do have them. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you've got any other ideas or any other topics you would like me to cover, make sure as well you let me know down in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like while you're down there. Subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Through the wastelands, through the